Hey, KJ,
Hi, Eric. How are you doing?
I cannot be better. Thanks for asking.
Well, it is so great to have you here. I want you to know that I warned my followers last night on social media that if they didn't bring some good questions for me today, all we were going to do is talk about our cats because I know that you love your cats as much as I do mine.
Good for us. I love you.
Well, listen, I do have some really cool questions today. I think what was really fun, Eric Roberts here on the phone with us, and, bringing up the fact that you were going to be on the show today is that you are celebrated for so many different roles. You've had such an incredible career. And I want to start off by talking about the latest project because we here in Indianapolis are one of the lucky cities that is getting The Private Eye in theaters this weekend. So, can you tell us a little bit
Of
about the
course.
movie?
Well, The Private Eye is about a private eye who is down on his luck, and he gets hired by a woman, Claire Grant, the actress Claire Grant, to track this man. And the private eye assumes that this man is her late boyfriend, her husband, but he doesn't know. But anyway, while he's going about this, he falls in love with her, and she falls in love with him, and it becomes a real problem. And it's a lot of fun to watch. And Matt Rife is so good and so much fun, and Claire Grant kills it. She's wonderful in this movie, and I don't give compliments away just for practice. So these two actors are just wonderful in this movie.
Well, how much fun and what is your role in all of this?
Well, basically, I'm Matt's conscience, but I'm basically Matt. We play the same guy pretty much. That's why I'm the narrator of the film, even though it's him. You have to see the film to understand, but we're pretty much the same guy. Hence
Okay.
the poster. Hence the poster. How it's half my face, half his. Yeah, that's the movie in a nutshell.
Well, and I loved in the how the trailer starts off with the black and white. It seems like this really does have that a feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like it's one of those just kind of fun mystery movies that's got a little bit of comedy, a little bit of romance, and a little bit of nostalgia.
That's exactly what it is, and thank you for the explanation. That's perfect. Yep.
Well, Eric, we were really thrilled to hear that it was coming to Indianapolis. As I said, I warned people. I could talk about my cats all day, and so I said, "All right, guys, Eric has this incredible career. What are we talking about?" The first thing that came up is The Dark Knight, because I'm a huge nerd. If you could see me right now, I'm surrounded by superhero posters and stand-ups and toys. So we've got to know. Becky, in particular, said, did you have a feeling when you were filming The Dark Knight that it was going to become this beloved movie by superhero fans and make billion dollars?
Well, we shot the first part of it in Chicago. It just felt like a movie. But we shot the second part of it in London at the old Zeppelin hangar. It was all Gotham City. It felt like an epic endeavor. It felt magnificent. It felt expensive. It felt important. It felt intelligent. It felt fun to do. It was really special. So yeah, we got the feeling when we shot all the stuff in the Zeppelin hangar. It was all Gotham City. We got the feeling that yeah, this is maybe an epic thing we're doing. And Chris Nolan is of course a master, and all you got to do is get behind him, let him lead the way, and you got a good movie.
For you personally, were you, a fan of Batman, the comics, Adam West? Did you have any connection to that before getting actually involved in the franchise?
Uh, Only as an audience, and I love the Batman movies. I think Dark Knight is the best of all the Batman movies, and before or after it. But I, I was a fan. Yeah, I like Batman. I like Adam West as Batman. I like Batman.
Me too. Well, let's go back to a movie from earlier in your career. Matt Sosey's a good friend of mine, and he's a film critic here in Indianapolis. And he said you got to talk to him about Star 80. And what did you do to unwind after a day of filming, given that that was such a great but brutal film?
Well, that was the hardest movie emotionally I've ever shot, and it was also the hardest movie where I learned not to watch myself at all, and because I played with somebody who was not that appetizing, who had odd mannerisms and was a little stiff, so so I had to play that, and it's very hard for me because I'm a very loose guy, and so to play him and to play him as he was, to honor the piece, because it was a biography. That was the hardest thing I ever did, and you could not unwind after a day. You had to unwind after the project because you had to stay with it because it was so intense. And I can honestly say that it was only enjoyable because of my leader, Bob Fosse. He was fantastic, and he was an actor's dream come true. And if I hadn't had him, I think I might have gotten possibly suicidal. But he made it fun. He made it like I was really after something that was important, and I will always thank him for that.
Well, and I wanted to ask you, you brought up, what an interesting and honestly, creepy kind of character that was. People a lot of times, they attach, your persona, you personally to a character. Did you have any, issues with women after that movie? It was kind of scary for me.
For years, I got a great story for you that's a great image that kind of explains it all. As I'd walk down the street in Manhattan, let's say 7th Avenue, and I would see a woman 2 blocks up the street look and recognize me and go, oh, that's Eric Roberts. I will cross the street to avoid him. And I saw that happen dozens and dozens and dozens of times.
Oh my gosh, was there a point where you realized, like, oh my gosh, it's because of the movie?
Yeah. Well, right away I realized it because they would like see me and they would react. Oh my God, it's that man, and they'd cross the street. And so I caught onto it right away because I knew it wasn't me. I knew my like physical presence wasn't what was chasing them away. But I mean, so I caught on right away to what it was, and it was just shocking but fun.
We have Eric Roberts on with us, out this weekend, The Private Eye in theaters here in Indianapolis. Eric, over to TV, Becky said, Suits is my favorite show, and I love seeing him on it. Any fun stories from your recurring role there?
The hardest part about making that show is we all talk in monologues. So you arrive on the set, you've done all your homework, you stayed up late, you've learned all your lines, you're ready to go, and they hand you a rewrite. And that happened every single day. That was the hard part about that show. But that show, that cast, and those writers were so good that you were just thankful to be in there.
Song.
And also, my stepson, Keaton Simons, wrote the hit song When I Go for that show.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, When I Go is his song. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool. So you already had that, connection to the show before you were even on it?
No, we brought Keaton with me. When they hired me, we said, you want to hear some good music? They said, sure. And they went, oh, let's put that on the show. We said, great, thanks.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, Eric, you seem like, you're such a positive force in Hollywood. And I did have Dimitri wanted to know, he's a senior in high school. He wants to study theater, and he's here in Indianapolis, and so he's debating, like, should he go to school here, or should he, go right to New York? Do you have any advice for him?
I'm going to hand him over to my mentor, my wife. Hold on a minute.
Okay, there's an answer to that. It's perfectly okay to skip the whole college thing and go straight to New York or straight to LA. But if you want to study in school, then the schools to go for are Northwestern in Illinois, or NYU. And those are the schools that have the most fantastic departments, and you really can learn a lot. But I think just start working. That's my advice.
Actors, like athletes, should do it every day.
Thank you so much. It was so nice to talk to your wife too. What a cool thing to have you both here with us.
I'm crazy about it. Thank you.
The movie is The Private Eye, and we are looking forward to seeing it. Eric, it was a joy to talk with you today. Give a few chin scratches to your little kitty cats for me, and we look forward to having you on the show again soon.
I will do it. All my love. Mwah.
Bye-bye. Thanks for joining us for another celebrity interview. Of course, the KJ Today Show isn't just about talking to celebs, it's about hanging out with you. Join us live on Wednesday nights for pop culture, people to know, and pets. The KJ Today Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch live Wednesday nights at 7.